But I'm going to focus more about how we can use this technology and implement in a right way. There is no best solution, right? It's all about the right way, which is fit to our need, so which can improve our healthcare service model. So what are the challenges? And I'm going to share a framework to how to tackle those challenges to really adopt those new technologies in our hospital or healthcare service or even business model as well too. So I just want to tell you this one. It's only just 15 minutes I got to talk about. So I'm going to be high level, but I want to tell you this thing. I want to promise you that one. Many of you who are sitting down here, some of you probably working in the healthcare industry, or some of you already started to work, or somebody you haven't started doing the digital transformation as well too. So this talk will give you some bullets for the organization who have not started yet to understand how to start. And the one who already working on in digital transformation will also understand what are the key things they're doing really well and what things they can really improve as well too on that journey.
Cho câu chuyện về chuyển đổi số trong y tế với cái lĩnh vực sức khỏe, nghề nghiệp và môi trường, đúng không ạ? Và ngay sau đây thì chúng ta sẽ cùng chào đón tiếp một diễn giả quốc tế. Ông là một người dành nhiều tâm huyết trong việc cải tiến chăm sóc sức khỏe cộng đồng tại Việt Nam, với vai trò là người đứng đầu của Việt Nam Social Health Revolution, nơi một tổ chức xã hội hỗ trợ về chăm sóc sức khỏe cho cộng đồng. Ông có cơ hội hợp tác với nhiều tổ chức, đơn vị khác nhau tại Việt Nam và trên toàn thế giới. Và sau đây xin được trân trọng giới thiệu ông Masud Parvez, người sáng lập kiêm chủ tịch tổ chức Việt Nam Social Health Revolution, sẽ có phần chia sẻ với quý vị ngay sau đây.
We would like to welcome an international speakers as the person dedicated to improving public health care in Vietnam. As the head of Vietnam Social Health Revolution, a social organization that supports healthcare for the community, he has the opportunity to cooperate with many different organizations and units in Vietnam and around the world. We are pleased to introduce Mr. Masud Parvez, founder and president of Vietnam Social Health Revolution.
Thank you very much for having me, and I'm really excited to have this conversation to all of you. And I've been listening all those talks of different speakers. I've been very, very excited. So in this talk, what I'm going to be focusing about a little more slightly different, because previously the speaker was been focusing about telling more about technology. So I want to tell you this one. Today it's a weekend and it's Saturday morning, and our Deputy Minister of Information Technology of Ministry of Health is already here. We have VNMAC Director as well too. We have some stunning speakers who are also sharing about the great points as well too. So I wanted to and all those audience who are also here sitting down together, sacrificing their weekend Saturday morning, sit down here for sharing bouncing idea. So ultimate goal is to help and improve our healthcare system model in Vietnam. So you are all amazing, and I'm so happy to be here to share and bouncing this idea with all of you. I'm really, really excited. So a little bit about me is about, I think every human needs three things in their life: need a job, need a career, and need a calling. So I have a job too as well too. So as a job, what I have done, I'm a chief information officer or chief transformation officer. So I did two major transformation work for a couple of big organizations, billion-dollar valuation organization. One is for Hoan Medical Corporation, which has 16 hospitals and 6 clinics, 1,500 doctors in all over Vietnam, and serving 4 million Vietnamese patients in a year. Another organization I did the transformation is a RMIT university. It's a global university located all over Vietnam, Hanoi, Da Nang, and Ho Chi Minh City, and has the largest amount of students, almost 10,000 students, which is the world's most successful offshore campus of any university. And that's lead to the third thing is my calling as well. So which I founded this nonprofit organization based on my 4-year research on Vietnamese passion experience model, and then I transformed that nonprofit organization, that research organization, for improving public health and public education initiatives. So, and in a nutshell, this is what is my core value. My passion is to help the companies, the organization achieve more bigger goals, so they can and be more successful, and also more importantly, the people who work inside the organizations become more successful as well too. So one of the speakers was just sharing about digital transformation, not about technology, but also about transforming the people, empowering the people. So that is spot on. All right, I'm completely on the same page. So I love talking to people, love bouncing the people too. So I've been last 2-3 years of time, I've been speaking like almost 165 conferences. I also give my talk to TEDx as well too. So with that point of thing, let's get started. So what is digital transformation, and what is the challenges, and what is the framework? So I want to be very basic, and I want to speak really simple English. So my goal is to help everyone to really understand what do we do in a business. One of the key thing focus in business is about, or everyone, what are we living for in our life? One of the key things about, we have to move on, we have to buy purchases, we have to do things, we have to do businesses. So we always talk about this, make money and save money. But do we really do that? Do we really make money? The people who only work in the mint, in the government, actually makes money. So we save money. But what do you really do actually? We buy things. Let's say we buy coffee, or we buy houses, we buy a car, or we buy tickets. And then we also sell something to other people too. So it's basically more about collecting money. We're collecting other people's money, people collect our money. And basically, what is the main action of that? It's basically using the money. We're just basically using the money to make our life and society, community, world moving forward, and economy moving forward as well too. So now with that thing, I just want to show you this picture. When you look at this bookshelf, what do you really see it? In the bookshelf, you see there's a lot of books. And what is the books? Books are all about collection of information. So information has been saved. But when is book is only useful? When we actually read the book and use that information to a knowledge in our brain and implement to something to solve our problem. So it's all about, not about storing the information, but actually using the information as well too. So with that one, the key point is this one. It's not about only just collecting, but also, or saving, but actually using. That's the main goal. We have to use the thing or to solve the problem or improve the things. So that's the way the real value is. So data is our new currency right now. We're sitting in 2020. Beside money, one of the most powerful currency is the data. So probably you're already sensing out where I'm coming right now. We have to use the data. We have to collect the data. We have to use the data. Ultimately, we right now, sitting right now in Vietnam in 2020, we're already very good at collecting data. Some sort of collecting. There's a bit of issues about duplication. There's a lot of erroneous. So another speaker from the Google was also sharing about that one too. It's not about just quantity, but also the quality as well too. So the collection of the data need to be very more accurate, and also the use of data is really matter. So that's where the very key fundamental thing of digital transformation or digital technology adaptations in a business and core service model. So health data in healthcare, we know there's a tons of data in healthcare. Patient record, patient value, preventive care, doctor, people talking, registration, everywhere there's thousands of data point into it. So what is our fundamental thing in digital transformation in healthcare is about collecting those data for the touch point and really model it in a right way so we can really use it. So data in healthcare is such an important part. But not only that, when it comes to that data with the privacy, security is also a matter. So that's not the thing I'm not going to focus here in this talk. I'm going to focus about how you can really use the data to improve your digital transformation, or you can really make it happen in digital transformation as well too. So when you talk about the digital transformation into it, people always tends to do this one. They always go straight to what, which is the stage number 3. What? People just looking for what. But actually, to make a digital transformation, what I have learned in my life and the way it's really make it impactful is about, we should be starting from why we really want to do a digital transformation. And then we should be thinking about how we make it really happen. And then the start thing is coming about what we're trying to achieve. So it's not just coming from one side to another side, but you can be thinking about from why to what, and then what to why. But if you say, which is more important, John? So I would say the most important is this one is we should be starting from why first and to what, and then we could do a reverse engineering as well too. But people tends to go 80 to 70% of the time focusing about what. And that is one of the key fundamental reasons the digital transformation is not successful or not even starting in an organization as well too. So with that one, I want to share with you about the data journey as well too. So how the data is like a living being, which is never probably not easy to get obsolete as well too. So the way what I have seen and I learned is about data has a 3-stage: past, present, and future. Exactly the 3 tenses of our language as well too. So when you look at the past data, we have a huge amount of savings. We have a huge amount of data sitting down somewhere if it's been already been collected. Many of the organizations in Vietnam already good at it. Already they have some kind of savings of data already. They're not as structured. This is the challenge. These are not completely accurate. They're not actually been unified as well too. So these are the 3 challenges of the pastly saving data. And then when you move to the present into it, what is the opportunity of using the saving the data? Because if we can tackle those 3 things I just talked about, then we can use those data to use our analyzing the old data and design the new product. And not only that one, we can also find a way to improve our product and existing services as well too. And it can also improve the operation excellence. So that's the thing I want to tell you this one. So one of the solution we implemented for Hoan is about how we can use the passion feedback constantly and react into it in a very short period of time. I mean, probably in few minutes of time, so we can fix an operational issue, so which can improve the passion experience of the next one. It could be facility, it could be passion, it could be medicine, and so on. So that is one of the model was being implemented in Hoan, and for that one, Hoan and I won one of the best technology project award in hospital management Asia in the last year. Probably I can talk about it the later part of the conversations, or if there's any question more about it, I'd love to interact with you. So now let me just move on with my presentation. So the third thing is about, which is the future. So in the future is about the right now we're sitting in 2020. This is the best time of the world, but at the same time, no business and service model is not completely invulnerable. Everything is vulnerable right now. Everything is great, is always vulnerable. So that is what to tackle that vulnerability in the business and service model or product, what is really needed is about have to have a vision. And when you wanted to make a product or service improvement vision, what is really important into it is about looking into a practical roadmap of development. And the only way we can have a practical roadmap of development of product when you keep constantly looking into data and having a data driving culture. Because when you people are sitting in an organization, in a big corporation, people always think about being very bold this way. I got 20 years of experience. I got 10 years of experience. And I'm the boss. And I am definitely the right. And that is one of the miserable way they often get failed. Because without a data, everyone is just another person with an opinion. So that is why the data have to be, is these 3 levels of journey: past, present, and future. So we've been talking about the collecting the data and using the data, right? So we collect, we use. So everybody wants to keep on money right now. Like you understand that there's a lot of organizations coming in, fintech industry. Everybody wants to have credit. Everybody have to give you digital currency, cryptocurrency. It's all different kind of business has been developed into it. I'm not against it. I'm not criticizing to it. It's just the world it is. In the same way, right now everybody started to understand the power of data as well too. So those organizations, there's a lot of organization wants to come on and want to keep your data, and show you to utilize your data, but they're actually keeping your data. So that means they're also accessing your data as well too. Why? Because your data is so much valuable. Even you have not structured it yet, there is a way to structure as well too. There is a so now when it comes to digital transformation happen, so with this all these lagging, 70 to 90% digital transformation has been failed in Vietnam, or even did not really meet to its ultimate result into it. So I've been almost talking to almost 200 companies in last 5 years of time in Vietnam, and that is one of the white paper came in out of that the research industry research work. So now, like I said, that I'm really much into why person. I really like to know why rather than just straight going to what. So when I was looking into the why, so this is what it came into it. So the organization, there are 3 key reasons this organization was not meeting their goals or failing the digital transformation. They had a wrong goal. What they actually wanted to achieve actually was not they want to achieve. And because they have been talking they want to do that, but there was not enough or right actions to make it happen. So number 2, the organization didn't have a culture. People wanted to do the transformation on talk, but they didn't want to change. So if you don't want to change because you don't want to change, because you don't have the culture, so it will never happen. And the third thing is about the in-house capacity. So organizations completely outsource the digital transformation work to some other tech companies and expecting they will drive, they will run forward and make things happen. It's so a project finished, technology has been delivered, but ultimately it did not bring the value to the organization. So these are the 3 things why this digital transformation was been failing in Vietnam. So now the question is, how do we handle those things? How do we can tackle those things? So this is where I'm going to give you some key bullet points, the framework pieces, the 7 bits which you can use in your organization. I promised you in the earlier part of my conversation of this talk that I'm going to give you 6 bullet points, so which can help you to start if you have not started yet in your organization digital transformation, or you're already running into it, and you can see which pieces is missing in your transformation journey, so you can pick that one and you can focus, and so you can drive to the right direction. So number 1, so firstly, if you want to do the transformation, firstly you have to closely assess your in-house capability, because if you don't know what is the in-house capability, you don't know how much resource you need to adopt in your organization to make sure that you have the thing. Most of the organization always come out, okay, I want to do digital transformation, call the IT manager and tell him to just do it. But it's not just a job of an IT manager to perform an organization-wide transformation, because the capability already not there. It's not about only IT. What is your marketing team? What is your digital team? What are the capability there? Because if you're not assessing those capability, and then you will not know what is the gap. So that means your digital transformation only going to happen on your slide and your meeting talk. It's not going to be executed, because the strategy is great, important, but the execution is one of the matters. So this is where your in-house capability is so much important, and then you can add on more because partnering company to consult with your transformation, so they can work hand in hand and execute it properly for exactly what your business actually needed. So number 2, when you wanted to do digital transformation, you have to set up the right culture of changing and adapting in your organization. And very unfortunately, most of the organization don't really pay attention into the setting of the right culture. They just talk and just walk away. So where should be this culture should be pointed out? It should have to come from straight from the CEO level, or this, and then it should go viral in the C-suite level, and then it will drill down to the organization. It have to come from top down. If your organization thinking about, all right, I'm going to do this a transformation, and I'm going to assign to IT or maybe in CFO and just tell them to drive it and just walk away, and that is one of the miserable way it's been failing. And that is one of the key reasons I just told you in Vietnam, the digital transformation is not happening. It's happening only in the talk and the meeting and in the coffee talks, but not in executing in a business service model, which can actually transform the industry and transform the company and so on. And number 3, another key point is having some sort of consultant in your favor. So when you're going to digital transformation, you have a digital transformation company who are working with the tech companies who are bringing different tech gears and solutions and so on. You could have some kind of consultant on your side, so who can empower your in-house team and also empower your and manage of your outside the tech company as well too. And it's absolutely makes sense for SMEs and mid-sized companies. Even if you have a large corporation, you can also have it as well too. And then you will have a much more balanced view, because then you will have, as a CEO or a business owner, you will have a different perspective, because what you really need when you want to do digital transformation and in an organization as a CEO or a business owner, you need different perspective so you can see the bigger picture and a complete picture. And that's exactly you need it in let's say when you're doing a digital transformation, you're like in a cockpit and you want to see the whole view from different people perspective, and that will help you to understand what you are going through. So number 4, if you go to the healthcare industry right now, if you ask me how many actually healthcare industry has a CIO level people, unfortunately there are only me or probably another one, or maybe he already left, I don't really know. So that level of capability gaps, when you don't have a CIO, you have an IT manager and you're telling an IT manager to do it, it's not going to just simply happen. You need to have the right leadership people in your hospital or healthcare model, or even you're doing a public sector. You need to have the right capable people and then place them in your leadership team. And then when you have a CIO level people in your leadership team in a C-suite, then they will not be just your executor, but they will be also telling you the strategy. They will bring to you in the table in the C-suite, and that will help you to execute a real transformation or digital transformation for your business. But unfortunately, this is where it's a huge gap. Only in healthcare, me and myself and another one, probably another medical corporation, we have only 2 CIO maximum we have. So CIO is not just a title, I want to tell. CIO is a capability, and that's why it's so much important to bring the right capable people in your table, and then it will really happen. As long as you empower them, sit them in the big table in the C-suite. Number 5. So this is where it is. When this transformation starts to happen, company really love about intensity rather than consistency. They're like, I want to get it done end of the year. Yes, in business is very important. Speed is really, really important. I'm always in the same page with that one. But at the same time, it's very much important that you do it in the right way too. So that's the way I say, do a lot of proof of concept. Even you want to start doing a digital transformation, you're executing one piece of it, doing a lot of proof of concept for other segments of your business. Proof of concept. If you listen to Jeff Bezos, he will say this one. He said multiple times, I have thrown billions of dollars doing experiments. And that is one of the reasons we are so successful. That is the line of Jeff Bezos. So the same way, when you want to do the digital transformation, I'm not telling you to throwing $1 billion on the POC, because a lot of tech companies willing to do POC with the really cost or even no cost as well too, as long as you have the right CIO, so they can do the right strategy and mapping and right partnership with them as well. So do a lot of proof of concept, and then you will learn a lot. And then as long as you do run this proof of concept from the A to Z with the right capable CIO, it will really beneficial for you, and that will really, really help you understand where you should start and where you should focus, and what are the failing point, what are the pain point, before you actually put a lot of cash implement. Because you understand that as a business, you really want to see a return of investment, because that's where it's very crucial for you, because at the end of the day, you are sitting in a business. And the last one I want to talk about, work with different and digital companies and work on win-win partnerships, on digital partnership. Because if you are not looking for win-win partnerships, you're looking for losing and winning, or winning and losing, no one want to partner with you too. So that is why, again, the needed of the right capable CIO and the CFO and the C-suite work together to really understand what the direction of continuous improvement, operation excellence, passion journey, and so on, so they can think about the right digital partnership. It's not just telling a company, just come on, put some digital technologies, put some digital patient records and see how it was. It is not just only this thing. Because as long as you have the digital partnership, then you will not need to do a lot of CapEx investment, straightforward. You can run a lot of digital transformation work is an OpEx model as well too, and that will be very convenient for you to drive the digital transformation and then step by step improving your journey as well too. So I'm almost running out of time, and I say that I'm going to give you only 15 minutes, and I want to tell you something which you can take note and you can start to execute on your journey. So those are my talk, and I'm available in LinkedIn. Find me in Masud Parvez, or you can connect me in YouTube. I'm also in Twitter. please get connected. I put my phone number. I'm in Vietnam. I'm in Vietnam for 9 years. My email address is already there too. Connect me, drop me an email, ring me up. I will love to have conversations. And with this one, I want to say thank you very much for joining my this talk. And I'm really looking forward to hear from you. Let's get connected soon.